As a 6-year-old boy, deeply in love with you, I never saw the end of the tunnel. I only saw myself running out of one. And so I ran. I ran up and down every court after every loose ball for you. You asked for my hustle, I gave you my heart because it came with so much more. Hey 211 class, as you may know, I'm Julio Cruz, and this basketball here, is my artifact. I received this basketball back in 2003 when I was invited to a basketball camp at UCLA, which they would host annually during that time for the basketball players with the most potential going into their senior year in LA County. And I was honored just by the invitation itself and the great experiences it brought being there for a whole week was something I can't forget. But the reason this is my artifact is because of the love for basketball, the love for the game itself, that sport that took me there to be proud of such accomplishment, especially at that level. And then learn lessons that I've learned from the love I've had and the experiences I've had for basketball itself that I use to this day, especially now in my professional career. I started off by reading a couple of stanzas from the late great Kobe Bryant's Dear Basketball poem. They stood out to me, they spoke to me, and I could relate. Because also I was around 6 when I started playing as well, and just being around a basketball, with a basketball, and playing. That's all I wanted to do. I remember, I believe I was around 10 years old, probably misbehaved, I wasn't listening, I don't know what it was, but my parents just told me I couldn't go play that evening. It hurt, I was in pain, I was crying, I was distraught. I was holding on to this though, that kept me going to hopefully I had to do whatever I had to do, they said to do, and so I could play the next day. And after that, they saw how much it hurt me that they never took that away from me, but they would threaten me with it. So I tried to listen. I didn't play for the school in junior high, but I played a lot of basketball outside of that. Maybe it was a lack of confidence. But once I went into my freshman year of high school, I made sure to know when the date and time was for the tryouts and not to miss it and to be ready for that. And that day came, had great success there, got into the team right away, freshman year, playing, practicing, working out, conditioning with upperclassmen was challenging. They took a liking in me, the upperclassmen that is, so they made me work extra hard, throwing up in the sidelines, throwing up to the bleachers, just so out of shape I was compared to at their level. I think they liked the fact that I didn't quit, and maybe it was because, just the love for it, something you do when you love something so much that you do anything for it, and that was me. That was my goal. I wanted to get better. 3 out of those 4 years, I was co-captain of the teams, and it became because of just hard work, repetition of each skill that I needed, conditioning, a form, whatever it was, and then working as a team. I learned a lot of great communication skills, leadership skills. That came from that at the time I really didn't know I was really learning and even implementing. But looking back, I could definitely see that now. It was right then and there and in high school that I also got to dig deep into myself and learn more about myself, that I'm a competitive person as well. But I want to be prepared before entering a competition, strategically, um, just making sure I know my craft, whatever it may be. And I got to see that my junior year, where I was not invited to um, the best 12 players in the school to represent a tournament that was going to be uh, statewide. That ate me up big time. Um, that said to me I wasn't good enough. And I thought I would have just taken it as okay. But apparently it didn't. My subconscious took over of who I really am, I guess, when it comes to such situations. And the competitive in me really took over. That summer I worked out so hard. They invited me to like a local tournament, which I thought, well, they feel sorry for me. And I got all tournament team there. Um, Went to different high schools across the county, had great individual success. So people noticed, coaches noticed. And after that, I was invited to every different type of events, competition. And I got to travel statewide, got to play against teams statewide, nationwide at a higher level, when I really got to see what this is really all about. When how much work you put in, and it looked like I was not putting any work compared to those guys, but I was. And that's another thing they taught me. You go at your own pace. You have your own level of success, and to feel comfortable and confident, and that's the journey that I've been with basketball. And that's the journey that made me accomplish being invited to this UCLA camp. That was my biggest critic. I was my biggest critic, and to get better and be comfortable and build a structured foundation that are life learned lessons, and I use to this day, and I and could relate, especially in my professional career. And I definitely look forward to using that work ethic, those habits, some good habits I've gained along the way, about repetition, about breaking down things down into detail. I really enjoyed Kobe Bryant's detail show he had on ESPN after he retired, because it spoke to me not only how I used to play back in high school, but how I'm using that in my professional career now. Of you just break things down. What's the competition doing? How do you prepare? How do you prepare for different scenarios to prevent, to react or respond right away, I should say, whatever it may be. And that's what I want to challenge myself in this MBA program. It's the closest I could get to sounding like NBA, you know. But I look forward to working with all of you, challenging myself, working as a team more than anything. So with that being said, thank you.